What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 778th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity. It is good to have you guys in here today. So this is the second 778th edition of TSR Live. Obviously, there is another episode 778, but out of respect for Kevin, I cut that a little bit short because he wanted to put it on YouTube first. Totally cool. Unspoken agreement between content creators, things of that nature. So I fell back and I posted the gist of that conversation or that breakdown last night. You guys could definitely go and check that out. It is Monday. Hang on. It is Monday, September 13th of 2021. It is good to have you guys in this afternoon. As you guys can clearly see, you are getting Vice City Donovan. It is Vice City Monday. Vice City Monday. We are streaming, as always, live only to YouTube and Sharpe Stream. Only to YouTube and Sharpe Stream today. Couldn't get the rest taken care of in time. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Shout out to the sharpshooters in the YouTube chat. Street Fighter 88 is in the house. Good to see you in here. Terrence Brewer Jr., welcome to chat privileges. At Terrence Brewer Jr. to welcome him to the TSR family. If you would, Terrence, put in your age and location in the chat in case one of us lives close by. We can come by and grab a beer. Dre Raven in the house. Dr. Thunder, P-Dubs. Devin, of course, the lovely and talented Devin is in the building as always. Dario Duplan and the school bus. Good to see you guys in here. A special shout out goes out to the snipers over on the Sharpe Stream side. Dre Raven double dipping. Good to see you in there as well. Hellfong, Geeky Anomaly, Serious RPAP, Ninja Watcher for life. Good to see you in here. And of course, Kyle 2020. Thank you guys all for joining me. Hang on one second. There we go. All right, good stuff. Got a fantastic show in store for you guys today. But first, I'm going to address a few comments. I actually listen. You guys, a lot of you guys are telling me that you like it when I address comments. And I'm not, I try not to be, Mr. Reply to all comments. I just don't have the time for all of that. But every once in a while, you have to sort of not really call these people out, but you really do have to address them. So a couple days ago, I released the short video that was actually a part of another video I did called the story behind my second felony charge. If you guys want to know what that was all about, go back and watch it. The long and the short of it, of what happened is a guy thought I disrespected him by walking by him and not saying excuse me. He told me I was fucking rude and that I shouldn't be walking around like I was king shit. I decked him, caved his face in, I broke his nose, cracked his orbital bone, and gave him a concussion. I was arrested right then and there for aggravated assault. The district attorney, interestingly enough, wanted to hit me with assault with a deadly weapon. which would have been far worse. Now, the reason why he couldn't charge me with assault with a deadly weapon is because my hands are not registered as deadly weapons. If a guy like, say, I don't know, Ed Lattimore were to take a swing at someone and drop them to the floor, Ed Lattimore would be charged with assault with a deadly weapon because Ed Lattimore, though retired, has a boxing license by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Boxing license gives you a license to assault another man in the ring within the confines of the fight. Well, when you're a professional fighter, you have to register your hands as deadly weapons because when a guy like Ed Lattimore hits someone, it does, or theoretically, could do far more damage than a guy like, say, me could do. Well, the district attorney wanted to argue that my physical strength, even though I'm a man of large stature, my physical strength far exceeds that of a normal man. Probably right about that. And of course, the judge asks him, okay, well, what are you basing this on? Well, the videotape showed the defendant striking the victim just one time, and the guy had to have facial reconstructive surgery. Obviously, that was denied. That was thrown out because I've never had a professional fight in my life. Been in plenty of fights. None of them have been sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission or any other commission. So I'm very fortunate that I was not charged with attack with a deadly weapon. That's how hard I hit this guy, is that the DA wanted to sort of overcharge me. Anyway, I lost my cool. I took full responsibility, but interestingly enough, got a few comments from some of my guys that weren't really so flattering. So let's go in here and take a look at these. So the first one here by Railbell says, "What's with black guys and sucker punching? Cowardly shit, bruv." What's with black guys and sucker punching? So let me look up. I should have already done this. Sucker punch definition. You guys are just going to have to take my word for it. Here we go. I actually can screenshot this. Sucker punch. There we go. Let me get that out of here. And I will put this. So a sucker punch is an unexpected punch or blow. A verb is to hit someone with an unexpected punch or blow. Joe sucker punched him and knocked him out when used in a sentence as a verb. Now, how can I put this? Definition-wise, was it a sucker punch? By definition, yes. The guy, I don't even remember the guy's name. He was Italian, Hispanic. He was like Italian and I think he was Italian and Spanish, like European Spanish. Very light-skinned guy. Obviously had American sensibilities. One would characterize him as the typical white guy. He certainly sounded like one, but when you get all the discovery, his nationality is his parents were from his father was from Spain, and his mother was from Italy. Had a brain fart there. So he said, "Cowardly shit, bruv. You've earned your time." Now, by definition, did I sucker punch the guy? Well, yeah. But that's exactly the problem. This dude walked up on me, and listen, I'm not glorifying what I did. I'm not going to sit here and say that I was justified in what I was doing. Okay? But the fact that this guy did not expect me to strike him after approaching me, insulting me, talking shit, walking around like you're king shit, is exactly the problem with today's men. It's actually one of the main problems with today's women. You see, a lot of guys walk around, a lot of guys and women particularly, but we're going to talk about men. A lot of guys walk around and they're all confrontational, right? They're all confrontational. This dude walked up on me, talked a bunch of shit, and expected to just turn around and walk away. Nope, that didn't happen. As soon as he said king shit, I struck him, knocked him down. I broke his face. The fact that he did not expect that to happen is the problem. Somebody else made a comment, and I should have put it up here, is that when you're interacting with other men, there's always a low level, I don't want to say threat of violence, but there's always a low level expectation that the interaction could turn physical. This is why men typically approach each other with respect, right? Men know that if we disrespect one another, things could come to blows. Myron Gaines talked about this on his podcast weeks ago before the whole shitstorm started. When he kicks out guys, when he Frank Castles guys, they're always quick to get up and get the fuck out. Why? Because they know that if they don't act right, they're going to get dealt with physically. Women, not so much. Women know that if they act a fool and they're swinging on guys. Myron has been assaulted by more than a few women he has kicked out of the Fresh and Fit studio. Well, the reason why they do this is because they know that if Myron retaliates, Myron is going to jail for at least 72 hours. Well, men, unfortunately, have adopted this same mindset. Men these days, online and in public, think they can just walk up on a guy and just, you're fucking rude, you're this, you're that, walking around like you're king shit, and the guy just expected to turn around and walk away. Well, that didn't happen. Does that justify what I did? No. But he had it coming. And if it wasn't going to be me, it was probably going to be somebody else. And like I said in the previous video, did he deserve to get hit? Yeah, he did. Now, I shouldn't have been the one that hit him, but I'll tell you this. I'll bet you he never mouths off to anybody again. See, that wasn't the first time he'd ever done that. I could tell. He approached me he's like right there in front of me, and he's just da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I can tell he had a habit of doing this. You guys remember the bagel guy, the short bagel guy, talking a bunch of shit? Remember that guy? That guy was just hothead, running off at the mouth. He's challenging guys half his size. You want to step outside? Dude, come on. So, sucker punching, cowardly shit, bruv. I earned my time. I didn't get any time. I paid a hefty fine. I paid some other expenses. And I did not get any jail time. Very, very fortunate of that. But if you disrespect another man, you should expect a physical confrontation. You should. This is why men address each other with respect, because there's always a low level, not that you're thinking about it, but you know that if you disrespect a man in a certain way, then things could come to blows. This is why men treat men with more respect than women treat men. Let's go to the next comment. Fatel this too says, don't understand how you passing someone in a grocery store became an issue. Yeah, me neither. Well, the bottom line is this. The guy was envious of me. He was. He could tell. Like, I was well dressed. I smelled great. I walked with confidence. The girl I was with was a pretty girl. Just having a conversation. The guy was envious. It wasn't about me passing by him and not saying, excuse me. No, he was just pissed off that I was living a better life than him. That's it. Let me look at the next one. Ambo says, I bet the dude was white. White guys be saying some wild stuff to black guys when they're jealous. Nevertheless, glad you've matured. Can't be out here catching cases. Appreciate that. Then Dana Perrin says, no white man is jealous of a black man. Oh, boy. No white man is jealous of a black man.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Listen, man. Listen. And I wasn't trying to make this a racial thing. I didn't talk about the race of the other guy, right? Italian, Spaniard. Most people would probably just assume he's white because he was very light-skinned, right? American sensibilities. It is what it is. Whatever. But this is funny. Dana Perrin says, no white man is jealous of a black man. Oh, boy. Listen, man, and this is no slight on white guys or black guys, but Dana's wrong. There are plenty of white guys jealous of black men. There are. This is not a slight on white people. Look, man. Look, I mean, again, I was well dressed. I was confident. The girl I was with was white. That might have been what his real issue was, now that I'm thinking about it. Right? Anytime I go places with Devin, the two groups of people that are always looking daggers at us are white men and black women. Those two groups of people are jealous. And look, shout out to O'Shea. He has said this before. The two most racist groups in America are white men and black women. And when they see a good-looking brother like myself with a good-looking white girl like Amanda, they feel some type of way. They feel some type of way. That's not my fault. Now, I don't know what the stats are. Are most white guys jealous of black men? Of course not. Probably not. Right? Probably not. But that's cute of her to say no white man is jealous of a black man. Well, Dana, you've been living under a rock. The next one, Mr. Snuffles says, sounds like he had an accurate assessment of you at the time. Yeah, he did. Now, I think the one fallacy was that I was not rude. I didn't say anything to him. I simply walked by him and didn't say, excuse me. I don't even remember passing the guy. That might be what it is, right? But Mr. Snuffles, I guess, calls himself trying to call me. Yeah, well, sounds like he had an accurate assessment of you at the time. Maybe he did. I mean, listen, I admitted it myself. I was walking around like I was king shit. Well, because I was king shit. Like, don't be mad at me, right? Don't be mad at me. Here we go. This is the second worst one. Ed Stevana says, Donovan, you need someone to walk into your studio with a, let's see, nug tosh and blow your warped thoughts all over your display behind you. I'd love to see it on live stream. I'm going to pass on that. I don't think that would be a very pleasant situation for me. I don't think that would be I don't think that would be a very pleasant situation for me. I personally would not like to have my thoughts blown onto the wall. I mean, not only would I be dead, but my YouTube channel would be taken down, right? Because you can't broadcast that kind of violence. So Ed Stevana, I appreciate your suggestion. I'm gonna have to listen. I gave it some thought. Like, it wasn't an automatic decision, but I'm gonna have to politely decline the offer. Listen, as exciting as it would be, for some reason I don't think I would see where I would benefit from that. So I will respectfully decline your suggestion. And finally, we've come to this guy. So everything is upside down. Commented, he wasn't out of line. I guess talking about the guy that I knocked out. Black people need correcting, sadly. Look around. Being corrected is not out of line. You should have been grateful to him. You hit a guy who was trying to help you with both of his hands occupied with a pizza. That is some female energy, if ever. Let me guess, your mom raised you. Yeah, let's take this from the bottom. Yes, my mom did raise me. I had a very weak father. My mother was a very dominant woman, clearly because my father lacked the requisite leadership skills to be able to lead a family. And when the most influential person in your life is your mother, well, you tend to adopt female characteristics such as being quick to emotion. My mom was a woman. She used to overreact to dumb shit all the time. And so I adopted that mindset and personality. Now, that does not absolve me from what I did. Okay? I made the choice to hit the guy, right? I am 1,000% responsible. I'm not going to sit here and blame, well, Your Honor, I was raised by a single mother and no. I made a conscious decision. I made a conscious decision to hit the guy. That's on me. That's on me. I paid my debt to society, literally and figuratively. That situation got dealt with. But yes, I was raised essentially by my mother. And I've never run from this, guys. I've never run from this. I've said it myself. Listen, man, I was raised by my mother, and that's why I'm quick to emotion. It has taken me years to finally get this under control. And you guys have watched this. You guys, listen, guys who have watched me from the start, you guys have seen my evolution. You guys have watched me struggle with my temper time after time after time. You guys have seen it. I lost 2 YouTube channels because of my temper, right? But the difference between, I guess, a man and a boy is that you have to be self-aware enough to recognize where your deficiencies are and put yourself in an advantageous position in order to come out the other side, in order to solve your issues. So yeah, was that some female energy? Yes, that was female energy. That happened November 15th, or I'm sorry, the last time I got arrested was November 15th. That was 7-8 years ago. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, I am really getting tired of these people. There. So yeah. Now, he said he wasn't out of line. Black people need correcting, sadly. I disagree with that. Everything is upside down. I disagree with that. The guy who walked up and confronted me was out of line. You don't walk up to another man and talk to him in such a way that would be, and you don't walk up to another man and disrespect him like that. You don't walk up to a man and say, hey, guys like you are fucking rude. And then sarcastically say, next time you might want to pay attention to where you're going instead of walking around here like you're king shit. That's disrespect. Disrespect is out of line. Now, black people need correcting, sadly. Yeah, some people do. Black people and white people need correcting, right? He said, look around, being corrected is not out of line. No, it's not out of line, but there was nothing about my behavior that needed to be corrected, other than the fact that I slugged the guy, right? No, I was a man walking around with confidence. What needs to be corrected about walking around with confidence? Everything is upside down. And then he says, I should have been grateful to him. You hit a guy who was trying to help you with both of his hands occupied with a pizza. Nope, disagree. That guy wasn't trying to help me. The guy was trying to clown me in front of my girlfriend. He was trying to disrespect me in front of a crowd of people. It wasn't a crowd of people, but this guy thought that he could walk up and disrespect me and that I wouldn't do anything about it because there were people around. Well, he thought wrong, and he paid the price. He paid the price. So no, he was not trying to help me. He was just trying to disrespect me. He's just trying to run off at the mouth, and I'm the first guy that ever did anything about it. Then another guy says, same. I was like, WTF, you knocked out a guy just because he gave you some advice while holding 2 pizzas in both hands. No, it was 1 pizza being held with both hands. Now, both of these guys are disingenuous. Okay, both of these guys are being disingenuous. He didn't give me any advice. What he said was like, hey, man, I don't like the fact that you're walking around here cocky. I don't like cocky guys like you. Listen, he has a right to say whatever he wants to say. But that wasn't advice. That wasn't advice. He wasn't trying to help anybody. He was trying to help himself. Trying to make himself look good, I guess, in front of the girl I was with. He disrespected me. Says, DS sounds like he has no emotional control. Yeah, at that point, I didn't. He said a better man would have said thanks, then walked off. So this guy comes up to me and says, guys like you are fucking rude. You walked right past me, didn't say excuse me. Next time, you might consider looking around or looking ahead instead of walking around here like you're king shit. I'm supposed to say, thanks. Appreciate that. I appreciate your advice. I appreciate you doing that for me.
Nope.
Not a chance. Then walked off. He got himself into trouble just because of that. Sooner or later, some guy is going to pull out something and defend himself, and someone could die in the process. Yeah, B1121, that's wishful thinking, brother. I no longer put myself in those positions. And interestingly enough, my anger management therapist and my attorney told me the same thing. They said, hey, look, Alex, They said, look, dude, one of these days, you're going to run up on a guy who has a weapon or who is a badder motherfucker than you are. And things are not going to end well. Right? Things are not going to end well. I took that to heart. I removed myself from Las Vegas a few years later. Haven't had an incident since. But what this guy is saying, sooner or later, some guy's going to pull out something and defend himself. Someone could die in the process. Yeah, I hate to disappoint you, man. That someone is not going to be me. I know you want me to die. I know you want me to somehow pay the price for this. That's not going to happen, my friend. Then, of course, everything is upside down with a follow-up. Says, you are projecting. You were not there. The person who was brutalized will simply claim the cliches about black people having no self-control, etc. to be true. The 1% of blacks who are decent will be unfairly judged by him, but the other 99% will be judged exactly for who sadly they are today and have been for many decades now. Then the last thing he said, men don't walk up to other men while holding boxes in both hands and say antagonizing things to provoke a response while being completely indefensible. That plainly doesn't happen. Yeah, actually, he's half right. He's half right. The guy didn't expect me to slug him, but I did. And like I said before, that's the last time he'll ever do that again. So no, that plainly doesn't happen because guys like him get dealt with. If he was antagonizing, he would have been ready to defend himself with both hands. But that's just the thing. B1121. He should have been ready to defend himself with both hands. How can you as a man expect to walk up on somebody, disrespect another man, and not be ready to defend yourself? This is how soft men are, guys. And the guy was older than I. He was probably, what was I? I was in my mid to late 30s at that point. The guy was probably, 41, 42 years old. He should know. We're both Gen Xers. Then he said, so many black guys want to turn everything into racism. You don't even know if the guy holding the pizza boxes was black. I hate to break it to you, B1121, but I didn't say anything about racism at all. Your boy, everything is upside down, said it. Said black people need correcting, sadly. So your homeboy actually turned this into a racial thing. Here are my closing thoughts on this. And listen, man, this is going to piss a lot of you guys off. I don't give a fuck. A lot of people that watch me feel this way about me. A lot of the guys who criticize me, they do it disingenuously. They call me a career criminal, etc., etc., etc. They don't really care that I'm a career criminal, at least not in that regard. Most of my trolls, most of my African American trolls are guys who secretly wish they could do what I do. And they could. They've just chosen not to. They've chosen to sort of put a cap on themselves, right? White guys who criticize me, a little bit different. White guys who criticize me and talk about my woman and all this other kind of stuff, what they're really saying, what they're really thinking is how the fuck does this guy have what he has? How the hell is this guy on track to be a millionaire in less than 2 years? How in the world is a 4-time convicted felon, a guy who's been arrested almost 30 times, why is it that he is able to live a life of dominance? Why is he living a good life and I'm not? I haven't committed any crimes. I haven't been convicted of anything. I've never been arrested before. I haven't done any of this stuff. How is it that Donovan Sharpe, the evil, emotional bad guy, why is he able to live the life I want to live? I should be Donovan Sharpe. I'm the guy who should be living that life. I did it right. I didn't assault anybody. I don't have a criminal history. That's not fair, they think to themselves. That's what a lot of my critics and detractors think to themselves. It's not fair. It's not fair that this guy, despite all of the mistakes that he has made, it's not fair that he lives a better life than 99.9% of people in this country. It's not fair. It's not fair that a nigger with a criminal record like that, it's not fair that niggers like that live a better life than me. And I'm a white guy. I'm supposed to have the advantage. Feminists are always talking about white privilege and this and that, yet this nigger who has committed all these crimes and been arrested, why the fuck does this guy live the life I want to live? That's not fair. So now we're going to talk shit about them. That's all it is, my friend. That's all it is. That's all it is. You see, what this really comes down to, is just envy. This is envy. This is jealousy. Case in point, Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson spent all spring long talking shit about me. Straight up, talking shit about me. Rollo Tomasi, shout out to him. He's in the chat. He absolutely understands what it is. He says those sunglasses are a crime. You better believe it. You better believe it. But that's what it comes down to. These guys simply cannot believe. These guys think that it is unfair that despite having the criminal history that I do, despite having made every possible mistake with women, these guys are pissed off that guys like me who have committed real crimes still come out the other side. That's what it comes down to. Black pill guys, what's his name? Southern Israelite. Jealous. MGTOW dictionary. Jealous. Envious. That son of a bitch lives with his fucking mother. No wonder he hates me. Anthony Johnson lives with his sister. Still has a car payment. Broke as a fucking joke. You know what? I'd go after me too. So the bottom line here is that all these guys who are virtue signaling, and listen, this is funny. You can tell this guy is the angriest of the angry. This guy right here is so angry it's coming out of his pores. This guy, everything is upside down. This guy is seething. To use a word from On the Block with Jen. This guy is seething. You want to know how I know he's seething? Because of how cool and calm and collected he appeared to be. He wasn't out of line. Black people need correcting, sadly. The cooler they sound in their little monologues and their little paragraphs, the angrier they are. So everything is upside down. Look, man, if I were you, I'd hate me too. If I were you, I would hate me too. Because there is no way on God's green earth a guy like me should be where he is. No way, as far as you're concerned. You sons of bitches are all fucking haters, man. And every time you sons of bitches come after me, I keep going. And the further I get, the more pissed off you become. So look, I'll be as transparent as it comes about my criminal record, and you guys can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. It's all out there. If you want to know my extensive criminal record, go to 21 Studios. He's done all the research for you. Shit, he found stuff that I didn't know about. Right? But that's what this comes down to, guys. That's what this comes down to. When you live a life that most men can't, despite making those mistakes, they can't stand it. They played by the rules. They did everything right. There's just one problem. These guys are fucking lazy. They're fucking lazy. They think that they deserve success simply because they're men. Oh no. None of this was handed to me, guys. I had to go out and fucking go get it. And that's what the fuck I did. Real talk. My haters, my critics, my detractors, they think that I just woke up and decided, I'm going to be a content creator. Bloop, 100,000 subscribers, just like that. Not the way it worked.
Nope.
No, I had to work my ass off. And that's the part that they conveniently leave out. So to you passive-aggressive white guys who want to bring up my race, black people need to be corrected. It's not against the law to be racist. Matter of fact, there are a lot of racist guys. Listen, a lot of my subscribers are racist. Listen, man, shout out to you white supremacists out there. Please like, subscribe, and share. So that is that's my opening salvo on that. Let me get to these super chats here. Liu Will 59, welcome to chat privileges. At Liu Will 59 to welcome him or her to the TSR family. Appreciate that. Technomage B5 $10 says irony. Guys who can back up their words don't disrespect other men. It's the idiots who can't fight that talk a big game.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Basil Denson, $5, says a guy who says you were wrong to punch him in the face is that guy.
Yep.
That's all right. That's all right. River Bacon, $5, says your comment on white men is disappointing to hear. That's, a little bit racist.
Nope.
I don't know what was racist about that, River Bacon, but hey, listen, if you want to call me a racist, listen, I've been called worse. But I'm not going to change my vernacular to stay away from the IST. So listen, I hate that you're disappointed. Not walking it back, man. Sorry. Wiley Robinson, $10. Appreciate that. RIP RP Mike, $5 says, I don't know about you, but I was taught hostility plus arms reach equals threat. I always say it wasn't a sucker punched. I just punched a sucker. Listen, he should have expected me to hit him. Listen, I'm not saying what I did was right. Not saying what I did was right. But someone was going to end up teaching this guy a lesson. And I promise you, he is never going to walk up on some dude. Like, dude, I'm 6 inches taller than he is. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, I think he expected me to be a gentle giant. No, I'm not a gentle fucking giant. I will fuck your ass up. I don't care. Basil Denson, $5 says, now you know he is not going to tell a black person like me, black people need to be corrected. Well, this guy in the comments, he would never tell me black people need to be corrected to my face. He would never say that to my face, and that's okay. Anthony Johnson, and again, back to him, Anthony Johnson talks a lot of shit. He really does. But the reason he talks shit is because he knows he's never going to see me, right? He knows he's never going to have to confront me. I would never want to get into a fight with Anthony. That would be very quick and painful. It would not. I just wouldn't. Like, even if he was like, Donovan, I challenge you to box. Nah, Anthony, listen, dude, I'm not trying to catch a charge, fam. Like, that's okay. I'm gonna handle you in the court system. Don't you worry. There were a couple of guys in my comment section who were telling me, you're making empty threats to. I'm not making empty threats to anybody. I told Anthony that there are legal proceedings being pursued. I can assure you that those things are still happening. That's why you don't fuck with people with money, man. Strike. $5 says, honestly, how did that situation affect your girl's perception of you? I don't know. I mean, I told her, I said, look, call Jose Cortez. I gave her the rundown. Look, they're going to arrest me. She was with me. I was like, okay, they're going to arrest me. Look at the guy's face. It's all swollen and shit. I was like, they're going to probably book me on a felony. Right? I said, go to my place. Here are my keys. This is the combination of my safe. You know, I told her to bring $25,000. Ended up only needing $15,000. I said, get $25,000. Go see Jose Cortez. Meet me down at Clark County Lockup. I was in and out of there in, I don't know, maybe an hour, 45 minutes. She didn't stop fucking me after that. I can tell you that. Jason Moreno, $10 says, the other day when you talked about it, you can honestly see the point where it hits you on a deeper level. You're correct in that it's an evolution, and that's what we should all be doing. Listen up, gents. Yeah. I mean, dude, I used to be a hothead. Man, I used to be I was out of control. KF, $2 says, Tony said the world needs a bad guy. You're right about that. Nora Sun, $5 says, awesome opener. You lift out the nerve to be successful and have white women OMG the nerve. Yeah, I think that's really what burns up a lot of white guys who don't like me. And again, this is not an indictment on white guys. And honestly, if you're a white and you follow me and you're feeling some type of way about what I'm saying right now, then my content ain't for you, fam. But what you're going to have to wrap your mind around is that there are a lot of white guys who have a problem with black dudes who date white women. It is what it is. That doesn't mean they're terrible people, but, dude, I've got all sorts of photos of all the girls I've smashed. I put pictures of Devin. The reason why guys hate is because, well, the girls that I've smashed look better than theirs do. That's all there is to it. Rollo Tomasi says Anthony is pathological. The last 2.5 years only confirms his OCD. Yeah, man. He also says Anthony is a pathological personality. If 2.5 years of obsessive compulsive doxing, hate, libel, defamation, and cancel culture methods doesn't convince you, what will? Yeah, dude, everyone knows. Everyone knows who and what Anthony is. Everyone knows who and what Anthony is. Nobody takes him. The only people that take Anthony seriously anymore are the guys he pays for their research, and not even they take him seriously. It is what it is. And he's going to learn. He's going to learn a very painful and expensive lesson. He's been able to do what he's done unchecked for a while. That stops now. Tony P says that scenario was the guy demonstrating feminine energy. As a man, when you initiate a confrontation but don't expect that low level of violence, just shows how feminine he was. He thought he could mouth off like women do and not get hit. There you go. And it's weird. That's what happened. I was like, oh, this guy thinks nothing's going to happen. It is what it is. And listen, you guys can chastise me. Oh my God, Donovan says, I don't give a fuck. Listen, I should not have hit the guy. I should not have hit the guy, but I'm not sorry I did, guys. I'm not sorry I did. And that's real talk. That guy needed to be taught a lesson. It shouldn't have been me. But I can promise you that's the hardest that dude's ever been hit. That dude's probably never been hit in the face before. Guys like Anthony Johnson, he's never been hit in the face before. That's what explains his false bravado. The guy is what, 5'5", 5'4"? And he talks to grown men like they're kids? No, Anthony Johnson's never been hit in the face before. And let's pray that he never does. Because if he ever gets hit in the face, dude, he'll definitely be a mall pew-pewer. Like that, he's got that kind of, yeah. RPAP on the Sharpe Stream side said, my buddy had a doctor and science for parents and went to Harvard. I had a teacher and accountant for parents and went to a community college. What's funny is I'm the top 15% of earners, and he's going and he's getting some degree with no planner for the future. Where you are in life boils down to your own ambition, desire, and drive. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. The answer to their question, why does this nigger live a better life than me when he's committed crimes? Well, because I work harder than you do. That's why. I work harder than you do. That's the bottom line. There's nothing superior or inferior about me or anybody else. I chose to become successful. Most people are lazy, and lazy people cannot stand it when people who are not lazy are successful. That's where it is. Nora Sun $2 says, respect you for being open and keeping it 100. Okay, enough of me running off at the mouth. Let's get to the main event. So, oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Ah, there we go. I guess I have those two mixed up. Good stuff. So Kevin Samuels did a very, very interesting live stream on YouTube this past Friday. And to say it was eye-opening, man, that is probably an understatement. The overarching theme of Kevin's live stream is the failure of the mother of the modern woman. Let's keep it a stack. It's talking about black women, black mothers. Did you hear that, Freddie H? Black mothers, black women. Right? And woman after woman called in, and things did get a little bit testy, but I think a lot of us could relate to this because this probably applies to men in a lot of cases other than just women. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I am good.
You muted yourself. You muted yourself, May.
Come on, ma'am. Let's go.
Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, there.
There you go. So how old are you?
I'm 20.
20 years old.
20. Single or married?
Mm-hmm. I'm single.
20 years old and single. Good looking girl. Initially, I'll give her, I don't know, a 6, maybe a 6.5.
So what do you have on the topic?
Yes, I would say that modern women are failing their daughters. Like, I could see it around.
Yeah, Rollo in the chat says, Anthony drops an I Hate Rollo video every September about 3 to 4 weeks before his convention to milk YouTube impressions. I got news for you, Rollo. The 21 convention ain't happening. I mean, like, it's not going down. It's just not. I don't think Anthony realizes it yet, but that's not, like, the 21 con ain't happening. Like, that dude's broke. He also says Anthony is so lazy he stitched together all his hit piece videos from last 2.5 years and called it a documentary. Yeah, exactly. He didn't listen. The reason why he did that is because he's broke. He doesn't have any more money to pay DDJ or his little black pill cronies to go do research and dig shit up on people. They're not going to do it for free. Anthony's broke, so he just had to do it the easy way.
Me, with my friends, my peers at school. My mom, she didn't go to college. She didn't go to uni. She actually got married at 18. And it's really different. My upbringing is really different from how I see my peers. Like my best friend.
Wow.
She was
Where are your parents from? Where's your family from?
They're from the Philippines.
Okay.
Oh.
So what's different? With your generation, your friends?
I would say like there's a lot of fear. They're instilling a lot of fear, especially young girls my age. You know, they're teaching their girls to finish school, get a degree, get money. Even my aunties, they're all teaching me like, oh, they're single, by the way. Some of them are even their own child.
See that? Even she recognizes it. She's like, yeah, my aunties are all telling me to finish school and to remain single. By the way, they're single. There's a pervasive saying in the female community, single women keep women single. Single women keep women single. So if a girl that you're training has single friends, you have to let her know, listen, I don't train women who hang out with single women. Are you telling me I have to get rid of my friends? I'm not telling you have to do anything. I'm telling you that I'm not going to train you, or I do not train women who hang out with their single friends.
And they would always teach their daughters. And there was a period where my mom was single as well because she's divorced, but now she's on her second marriage.
Okay.
During the time...
Second marriage. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Second marriage. You know, my wife, Darcy, my ex-wife, Darcy, she's on her 4th marriage. 4th marriage. She's been married 4 times to 3 different men. She married her first ex-husband twice. Then she married me. Then married a guy who had a crush on her in high school. Suffice it to say, things not really going too well.
Single as well. She was teaching me like, oh, don't give yourself completely to a man. You know, he's gonna break your heart.
What? Don't give yourself completely to a man. What? What in the listen, I'm going to go feminist. What the actual fuck?
No, the fuck you didn't.
Girl, chill out. That shit came from my soul. Only the real ones. Only y'all real niggas in the chat will know where the fuck that came from. Do you guys see this? Modern women are being told and taught, don't give your whole self to a man. Oh, no. No, 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 no. This is bad advice. Bad advice.
Hold on, I want to be clear what I just said. When your mother was single, she was encouraging you to stay single.
Pretty much like she
Don't give yourself all to a man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now that she's married, what is she saying? Is she saying the same thing or?
Now she's teaching me to stay because I have a boyfriend right now.
Oh, so now she's teaching you to stay. That's interesting.
And she could see potential because he's a Henry, I would say.
Okay.
Earning the.
Look at this girl.
Okay.
She teaches
What does this woman do? Let me back this up.
me to stay.
I'm going to show you guys one of the reasons why. One of the reasons why Becky, Marisol, Mylene, and Jamila are taking all the Jamals.
Because I have a boyfriend right now, and she could see potential because he's a Henry.
Oh, look at that. How about that? How about that? Can you count the number of times black women have smiled on Kevin Samuel streams? That's what I thought.
I would say.
Okay.
Earning the.
Look, true femininity. She's laughing. She's honestly, it's very easy.
Okay.
She teaches me to stay with him, but she still teaches me not to give myself completely.
Oh my God. It's like moms are trying to sabotage their daughters out here. And this is the main difference between older women and older men. You see, women hate each other. They hate each other so much so that older women never give good advice to younger women. Older women are constantly leading younger women astray. Yeah, go to college. Sleep around. Get it out of your system. Mr. Right will come along when they know damn well that's not how it works. Older women will purposely lead younger women to the slaughter and know that that's what they're doing. Older men? We're trying to help the young brothers. Like, if older men acted like today's older women, do you know what we tell younger men? Oh, listen. Don't wait to get married. Get married at 21, 22 years old. Have a bunch of kids. Cater to your wife because she is one in a million, and you'll live happily ever after. That is the equivalent of what modern older women are telling modern younger women. Modern older women are not interested in helping younger women because they see younger women as their competition. It's incredible. It really, really is. Like, dude, older men, we do our level best to help the young guys not make mistakes. Women are so vindictive. They purposely lead younger women astray. It's a sight to see.
All right.
Confusing.
Well,
Yeah, Casual Germ says a woman excited to talk about her boyfriend. Where do I find them at? Yeah, that's what I'd like to know.
let me help. Okay. First of all, you need to give yourself completely to anybody you expect to completely take care of you. I think the confusion is what feels right versus what the women who don't have the right outcomes are telling you.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, you know what feels right? Translation, her feminine hard drive is telling her she's doing it right.
Okay, so oftentimes women tell their daughters stuff out of fear, scarcity, and lack.
Yep.
And it is my assertion that any decisions made in fear, scarcity, and lack are typically wrong-headed decisions. That's for men or for women. So you can take that with you. Take that with you.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to switch something here. Hang on. Hang on a second. Here's what I'll do. Here we go. This is what I'll do. There we go. Now we can go. There we are. All right. Now we're looking good. Okay.
Because I'm going to build on something you just put in. Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very, very good call. Listen, did you see how pleasant that was? Thank you. You remember that Hispanic girl? She said, "Hola, Kevin." Kevin was just tickled to death. Tickled to death. Kevin was cheesing like a motherfucker. Dude, listen, man. The bitches that Kevin has to normally deal with, anytime he actually gets a woman that has a little femininity, like Kevin didn't know what to do with himself. He had no idea he's just not used to it. I've seen Kevin get caught off guard. I've only seen Kevin get caught off guard 2 times on his show. The first time Kevin got caught off guard was with that Latina that I just told you about. He figured she would probably be feminine because, she's not a modern woman, but she was super feminine. She said, hola. She said, hola, Kevin. Right? Almost makes the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. It's crazy. Like, who'd have thunk it? The second time Kevin got caught off guard was when that woman told him that she had been in therapy for 7 years, and his response was,
"Oh my God."
Yo, Kevin said, "Oh my God." Like, he didn't know what to think. Had no idea what to think. Those are the only 2 times I've seen Kevin get caught off guard. But what you just experienced there with that Filipina was true femininity. That's really what that comes down to, guys. She smiled. She smiled. She was charismatic. She talked about her boyfriend with glee, with pride. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a pat on the back. For real. For real. Ooh, pardon me. Guys. Wait a minute. Yes. Guys, please like, subscribe, and share the video. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. When you hit the bell, make sure you click all. So you hit the subscribe button, like so, you see, then you move over to the right, you hit the bell, you go down to all. If you click all, you will be notified every single time I go live. Make sure you stick around after TSR Live for another dynamite breakdown of Temptation Island Season 3. This will actually be the last breakdown of this season. You can watch for free exclusively on Sharpe Stream. Just go to sharpestream.com to download the mobile app, and you can watch all of my exclusive live streams, not safe for YouTube, absolutely free of charge. I've got Coach Whitepill coming on to the show this Thursday at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. So go to sharpestream.com to download the app for Android or Apple iPhone today. Okay, let us continue with the breakdown.
I want you guys to notice how she said, May said something. She said when her mama was single, she was preaching, don't give all yourself to a man. Mm-hmm. What did I tell you guys in the monologue? You are getting your mother is projecting her fear, scarcity, and lack about her personal situation onto you. Woo! Oh my God. My baby boomers saw their mothers married to fathers. And I got news for you. Mr. in Color Purple was a lie.
Uh-oh.
My grandfather's generation was good, decent, God-fearing.
Oh shit, Kevin, man, you can't be saying that on YouTube, man. Don't you know they will cancel you? Mr. on the Color Purple was a lie. What? Kevin must be trying to get another petition. He must be trying to get them to do another petition to get him taken off of YouTube. Clearly, because I can't really think of any other reason he would do that. Because he knows that modern women are allergic to the truth. Kevin, listen, man, don't you talk about the Color Purple. You know that is the modern woman anthem, at least of old.
Hard-working men. They worked themselves into an early grave with heart disease, kidney failure, because them were some hard-working men. There's Color Purple stuff that so many people think about back in the before the 40s is a lie.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Yes, the fuck he did.
Even when that movie was released, there was huge debate about the impact, and this had a detrimental impact on the black community. Let me keep on moving. Ladies, look at your mother's current romantic situation, and I can tell you, it's going to mirror what she's telling you.
Woo!
That's why so many women who don't have men encourage their daughters to not have men. And as soon as they get a man and they're happy, then all of a sudden, girl, get you a man. What did I say? I've said it several different times. And if they continue to not have a man, they want you to get out of the house, take care of yourself so they can still look for a man. But when they realize that it's all over,
Oh, shit.
and they are firmly in no man's land,
Danger zone.
that's when it comes to the daughters. Hey, big head daughter, how you doing? What you doing? Where you going? Yeah, you want to go on a cruise? You want to take a vacation?
Yep.
Don't you think it's a little weird now that your mama want to be involved in your life so much? When you needed her to be telling you what's going on, she didn't have time for you. I said it.
Damn. Let's listen to that one more time. Like, this is straight, like, this is just bars being spit.
Vacation. Don't you think it's a little weird now that your mama want to be involved in your life so much? When you needed her to be telling you what's going on, she didn't have time for you. I said it.
Damn. And you want to know something? What Kevin is talking about is absolutely 100% facts. And this actually applies. This applies to both of my sisters. You see, both of my sisters, they are polar opposites of one another. Polar opposites. Okay? One sister is very quiet, very reserved. Always did what my mother told her to do. She was Miss Goody Two-Shoes. My other sister was very, she had a rebellious streak. Very loud, very boisterous, very strong, domineering personality. Right? Now, my mother was sort of a combination of my two sisters. At least, she used to be. You see, when my mother was younger, I would say from age 1 until probably age 26, my mother was more like the quiet and reserved sister. I'm the oldest of 5. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. The sister who was born right after me, that was the quiet and reserved one. Always did her chores, Miss Goody Two-Shoes, etc., etc. This represented my mother from ages 0 to 25. When mom hit 25, she started acting like my younger sister. Rebellious, strong-headed. Right? That ended up costing my mother true happiness, man. Listen, you guys know the story. You guys have heard it before. My mother was a virgin bride. She was a virgin bride. When I was born, my dad was 19. My mom was 18. At age 20, my mom had my sisters. My sister, at age 21, she had my brother and my sister. At age 24, she had my brother, my youngest brother, my kid brother. So she had 5 children very, very quickly. Well, my parents were separated twice. The first time they got separated, we lived in New Jersey. Right there at McGuire Air Force Base. They got in a big fight. My dad asked my mother, well, do you even want to be married anymore? My mother said, I don't know. Next thing I know, we're on a plane to Washington State. Right? So now my mother has all 5 of us. We're broke as a joke. Living in a 1-bedroom apartment, the 6 of us, 1 bedroom, we're on food stamps, welfare, the whole bit. It was crazy. It was terrible. As bad as things were, mom never had a problem getting dates. That's right. Mama Sharpe was a hoe. Mama Sharpe was a hoe. She was a hoe. She used to ship us off to summer camp while she and her flavor of the week would go off to Las Vegas. I'll never forget this. She's dating this older guy. I think his name was what the hell was his name? It's probably Rufus or some crazy shit like that. right? Like I'm in the 4th or 5th grade, and my mom's telling, oh, Willie, that was his name, because every old black man's name is Willie, right? So it's the summertime, right? And my mom's like, all right, me and Willie, we're gonna go to Las Vegas for the summer. We're all happy for it because, you know, mom's having fun. We don't know what the fuck's going on, right? So we go off to summer camp, and then all 5 of us were split up. Different people in the church looked after us. Me and my sister right after me, we went and stayed at one place. My youngest brother and youngest sister went and stayed with who we recognize as our grandmother, our adopted grandmother, Grandma Jones. The most wonderful woman I've ever met in my life. Like, yeah, she, I got to get out there and see her. Now, my middle brother, who's probably going to be a congressman at some point. That's not going to happen because I'm his brother. He went and stayed with another family. So all 5 of us were separated all summer long. No big deal, right? Now, when we saw each other in church, like, we were happy to see each other. Like, oh my God, there you are. Mom did this every summer. Broke as a joke. Every summer. During the school year, she'd have dudes in and out. She was dating some guy named Rogelio. He was Panamanian. Dude, it was always somebody. It was always somebody. Well, things were really bad, but we didn't know it. We didn't know we were broke. We didn't know we were welfare kids. We didn't care. We were having fun. So one Sunday, I'll never forget this. I'll never, ever forget this, man. One Sunday, my mom is crying her eyes out. I guess because somebody had played her, like, I don't know, probably another guy named Willie. I don't know, some drama going on with her and whatever the nigga she was fucking at the time. And my dad, he called us every Sunday, you know, just to say hi to the kids, right? Hey, Dad, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So my mom and my dad talked all night long. In the morning, my mother wakes us all up and says, kids, we're going to Hawaii. Your dad and I have decided to get back together. We're going to Hawaii. Yay, we're going to Hawaii. So we go to Hawaii, right? We were there for 4 years, from 88 to 92. There for 4 years. During that 4 years in Hawaii, Mama Sharpe continued being a hoe. She had at least 2 abortions that I know of, right? We had to change our number 2 or 3 times. It was unbelievable. We had to change our number 2 or 3 times because of some drama with whatever dude she was fucking. Finally, my mom and dad separated. My mom stayed in the master bedroom. My dad took my room, and I had to go sleep. I had to go sleep in my room with my 2 brothers. Right? Then she meets this guy named Brandon. He's a captain in the Army. Met him at the officers club. They had this whirlwind affair. Well, he was retiring and moving back to Detroit. Mom decided to go with him to Detroit. She said, look, I took care of you guys when me and your father were separated. It's your father's turn. She said, when things are settled up in Detroit, I will send for you guys. And we're like, oh, okay, great. Detroit, right? So me and my brothers and sisters were with my dad. They pack all our stuff. We now are stationed from Hawaii to Altus, Oklahoma, Altus Air Force Base. It was the most terrible fucking place on earth. I fucking hated Oklahoma. Hated Oklahoma. Well, guess what? Because my dad never really participated in our upbringing, we didn't have any respect for him. Anytime he tried to tell us what to do, we're like, Dad, like, who the fuck are you talking to? You never disciplined us. Mom disciplined us. Now all of a sudden you're going to try to be this. Like, this was just in the back of our minds. We all looked at, like, literally, we were looking at it like, who the fuck is this guy? What does he think he is? The fuck does this guy think he is? Right? This guy didn't teach me to throw a fucking curveball. Mom's fucking paramour did. Fucking Brandon taught me how to throw a curveball. He taught me how to shave. Now I got this dude who's supposed to be my father. Now he's going to try to tell me what to do? No. Not happening. So, we're with our incapable father, right? He never looked after us. He was always in his room. Like, we literally just ran rampant. We just did whatever the fuck we wanted to do. Whatever we wanted to do. My dad just did not care. So 6 months into the Altus, Oklahoma experience, surprise, 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 Brandon had fucked things up. My mom decided to leave him. He was into crack and was cheating on her. So she comes down and she stays with us in Oklahoma for a few weeks, right? My mom acted like she owned the goddamn place. She didn't have a job or nothing, so she used to tell us to go and mow people's lawns and then bring her the money. Dude, my hand to the man, this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what happened. We used to go around, we used to mow people's lawns, and we used to have to bring the money right to her. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Well, Brandon sweet-talked my mom into going back to Detroit. Of course, rinse and repeat. Well, my mom this time ended up moving to North Carolina, right? Got settled in, got a job, then sent for us. So my dad stayed in Oklahoma. We all jump on a bus to North Carolina. And by this point, we didn't understand why we were angry with our mother. We just knew that there was something about the situation that wasn't right. I mean, dude, we're teenagers, right? I'm 16. My sister is 14. My brother and sister are 13. My youngest brother is 10. Like these are our formative years, like our lives. And don't feel sorry for me because there are kids out here who have had some fucked up childhoods. Like I'm not going to sit here and woe is me. No, listen, I had it better than most kids. Like I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh my God, I just can't believe it. Neither of our parents abused us. They didn't sexually abuse us. They didn't physically abuse us. It is what it is. A lot of kids have it a lot worse, but it was the same situation as with my dad in Oklahoma. We didn't really have respect for her. My mom expected us to treat her like the conquering hero, right? But we didn't treat her that way. And so my mom was dating a guy. His name was Charles. He's a good dude, right? Tried to be sort of the, father figure, whatever the case may be. And, I mean, he was with my mom for a while, but she made it very clear to us that her priority was him. Her priority was him and not us, but she expected us to. That's just how this worked, man. So when Kevin talks about these things, so anyway, to fast forward all the way, now we're all adults. My older sister has been married and divorced. She has 3 children, right? My younger sister has never gotten married. But just like Kevin said, my mom is all up in their business. Now, my younger sister, she lives in Texas. Her and my mom have a very hot and cold relationship for obvious reasons. The goody two-shoe sister, that's who my mom is all up in her business with. Anytime my sister wants to take a trip, mom wants to go. Anytime she's having a problem with her man, mom wants to step in. Right? This is exactly what has happened to my middle sister, my sister born from me. So the bottom line here is my mother made her bed and now she's got to lay in it. And I got to tell you, man, it crushes me that my mother's alone. Listen, my mother is 60 years old. That's it for her. She's not getting married. She's never, after her divorce from my father, my mom has never remarried, and neither has my father. My mother is fucking miserable. She's miserable, man. There's some things that give her a little bit of satisfaction, but she's fucking miserable. And it hurts my heart that she's alone, but listen, man, you make your bed, you got to lay in it. So this is exactly what Ken was talking about. Mom is never going to get married, so now she's all up in your business. A lot of women going through this, my sister included, to this day. Oops. Damn it. Where's my... There we go.
Don't you think it's a little weird now that you're in your 30s or your 40s, your mama want to be all up in your life like a girlfriend, but when you needed her to be your mama and give you some direction and parameters on how to get the kind of husband or the man she had, she didn't have time for you. She wanted you to get out there and go to school and take care of yourself.
Real fucking talk. Real talk. There it is. There it is, man.
Yeah, I need to talk about that. You feel some kind of way about that.
Yes, sir.
You feel some kind of way about that because that ain't right. Khadijah, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are
Khadijah.
you?
I am well. How old are you?
I am 29.
29?
I'm in the danger zone.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
In the danger zone. Uh-oh. Let me give you a danger zone.
Danger zone.
All right. So you single or you married?
I am single.
All right. What do you got for me on the topic?
Okay. So
This right here, this call right here is the call of the evening. Call of the evening, man. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Modern women have a lot of fucked up ideas. It is incredible that this woman has figured out on her own, what's really going on with her mom.
this is a topic that I actually love. Me and my mother always actually had these kind of conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until recently that I discovered your channel. I binge watched your videos since like June when I found your page.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like watch almost all of them, so I'm obsessed.
Right.
But for so long, what I realized is that my mother and myself, we kind of disassociated when we would have these conversations.
Uh-huh.
It was like we would talk about them, but it wouldn't be directly about holding her accountable.
Whoops. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. No, she didn't. I got to loosen my drawers. I got to let the balls hang loose now because it's home. Holding your mom accountable. What?
No, the fuck you didn't.
Oh, yes, the fuck she did. Holding mom accountable. I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm going to tell you what. My mother, listen, she's your mom, right? You're always going to have a level of respect for her. She birthed you. She brought you into this world. Right? And there's always that aura of invincibility when it comes to your parents. Right? But mothers, specifically black mothers, they use that in a manipulation attempt. When you attempt to hold them accountable, for something fucked up that they did, I'm your mother. Don't talk to me like that. Just remember you're talking to your mother. Okay. All right. And that's what this woman is talking about. When it comes to holding mom accountable, a lot of black people are a little hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
So since I've been recently watching your videos and like seeing so much of a common theme, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so seen. I feel read. Like you ran the whole thing down. I don't have any children, but I have the huge student loan debt.
Yep.
I got my master's degree, all of that stuff.
I'm a PhD.
And it wasn't until recently working in corporate America and then losing that job, I kind of got that wake up call like,
Ooh,
wow.
You got it all coming. You lost the job too. Let me speak on this.
Now look at this. You see this genuine smile from this woman? Now look, man, like she's not the best looking woman, but look at her, man. Do you see the respect and the reverence that she has? She's talking to Kevin Samuels, a black man. That's a genuine smile on her face. So I stand corrected. I said, when's the last time you saw somebody smile on a sister smile on Kevin Samuels? Well, shit, here it is. So let me get myself one of these. All right, I stand corrected. Can't win them all.
Ladies, the wake-up call is usually when job dissatisfaction starts happening. Because generally, things are okay when you're making money, but when you start to realize this thing you were banking on ain't making you happy, and then you lose the thing, or you can't. Oh yeah, I know. But I gotta ask you another.
Dude, this is why Kevin is so effective. This is why Kevin is so effective, man. Because he knows the black experience. It's funny. I get in my comments all the time, were you raised in a black community? Right? Were you raised in a black community? People think that because I talk the way I do and that because I don't date black women, that I have no idea what black people go through. Yo, check this out. Check this out. I know all about the sunspend routine. I know all about that, y'all. I know all about that. I know all about your mama trying to tax you, taking a cut of your money, raising your rent. I know all about that. That shit happened to me. That shit happened to me. My mom tried to raise my rent. You guys can go back and watch that. My mom did that typical hood rat type shit to me. So just because I don't sound like I'm from the hood does not mean that I don't know. Trust. And my two sisters, they sound just like me. Guess what? They'll tell you exactly what this girl is saying on the screen as well. Don't get it twisted, man. Hey, listen, don't let the strong command of the English language fool you, nigga. I tell these people all the goddamn time, man.
Good question. You said you and your mother would have these conversations, but it would not be in a direct.
Hemlar said, I like this one already. I'm planning on sending my mom and sisters Kevin Samuels. Yo, I sent which one did I send my sister? I forgot which episode I sent to my sister, man. But I'm gonna send both of my sisters this one.
Direct way or holding her accountable. What do you mean?
So it would be like we would have these conversations almost like in general about like what we could see and notice in other women. But it wouldn't be conversations like directly about her, like what she did.
Right.
And it's always weird because like the narrative kind of like most of our parents was that, okay, you know, wasn't us, he did this and it hurt my feelings, so I left.
Yep.
It's kind of like when somebody calls into a show and says, let me tell you a story about a friend of mine. I had a friend who went out on a date with, and it's really them.
Exactly. Basically.
See, she knows. That's where that, look, how long does it take asking for a friend?
Is that the way you wanted to have? Is that the way you wanted to have the conversation?
It wasn't necessarily I wanted to have them that way, but you know, honestly, what it was that I understand now is that I really didn't know how to articulate the questions in a way to get the answer that I needed.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And when she started, and if you did articulate it the way, do you think she would have been receptive?
Hell no.
So that's the thing. Since I've been watching you,
okay, well that applies too.
Nope.
Had deeper conversations, and
Do you think she would have been receptive?
So that's the thing. Since I've been watching you, we've had deeper conversations, and I've been able to ask her these questions in a way to get a lot of clarity. And to be honest with you, it has really, really, really helped me take this load off of my chest and of my heart, because it really had feeling very resentful and angry and upset with my dad.
There you go.
Another thing that I want to mention with mothers is that they don't realize it, like you said, but it's really, they're creating codependent relationships with their children.
What? Yo. Like, real talk. Like, what's this woman's name? What's this woman's name? Khadijah, that's the realest bitch that's ever been on Kevin Samuel's show. Khadijah's a real one. Like, dude, hey, look, real talk. Khadijah is spitting straight fucking facts. This chick is 29 years old. 29 years old. Listen to this. This is insanity. Listen to what this woman said. This is facts for both sons and daughters. Listen to this.
And another thing that I want to mention with mothers is that they don't realize it, like you said, but it's really, they're creating codependent relationships with their children.
God damn. Wow. Mothers creating codependent relationships with their children. That's Kevin Samuels is the godfather, no disrespect, but that's the realest shit anyone has ever said on his show. Like Khadijah's, yes. Street Fighter 88 says Khadijah's self-awareness. It's over 9,000. Real talk, dude. Man, oh man. Like, holy shit. 29 years old, and this girl realizes that in all of her years, her mother is creating a codependent relationship with her. My mother's done exactly the same thing. And she's tried it with all 5 of us. She's tried it with all 5 of us. The one she's actually been successful in doing it is my goody two-shoes sister. My goody two-shoes sister, man. And my sister is like, dude, honestly, man, my sister is, she is the kindest, like she is kind and selfless, like to a fault. Like, dude, like honestly, the only woman that I know that is anywhere near as selfless as she is Devin. Like, dude, Devin will give you she'll give you the shirt off her back. Dude, my sister will do the same thing. She'll do the same thing. Dude, straight facts.
Codependency.
So I really, and I felt like the feelings that I had about my dad were not real feelings based on my experience with him. It was based on my mother's experience.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Look, Kevin loves it because he knows all about it.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, because in my heart, I'm like, you know, I heard, okay, dad wasn't as, but then I was like, but I never felt unprotected or
what?
That's just my daddy.
Yeah,
exactly.
My dad. And honestly, like, you know, I watched one of your videos. You talked about like the bad boy phase and all that, and I never had that phase because I always like the guy to be responsible at minimum because that's what my dad had always.
Look, check this out. This girl is speaking facts. So, one thing, the one word my mother used to always say about our father is that it was selfish. Selfish. Your father's selfish. He's selfish with his time. He's selfish, blah, 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 blah. That's what my mother said, right? And so I thought my dad was selfish. His activity in Oklahoma sort of solidified that. Now, was my dad selfish at times? Well, of course he was, right? He's human. That doesn't absolve him, but yeah. He could be selfish at times, but my dad was not a selfish individual. He wasn't. Even though he was a present yet absentee father, he always provided for us, right? He wasn't a very good father. He didn't really teach me things, but at least he was there, right? At least he gave a shit. At least that's what we thought. But my mother projected her actions onto him. Your father is selfish. Really? You're the one that initiated the first separation and was steady fucking niggas in and out at Washington State. Your father is selfish. Really? You're steady fucking niggas over there on AMR. Captain Brandon, whatever the fuck his name was. 2 abortions. 2 number changes. But he's the selfish one? No. You're the selfish one. And this happens in white families too. Listen, man. Mothers are forever spinning the narrative. Your dad wasn't shit. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. And you never hear his side of the story. I'll never forget, man. A few Thanksgivings ago, everybody was actually together. All 7 of us. And my dad was telling us about how proud he was of us. And about how he's sorry that he was not the man that he needed to be. He said, you three are he said that I will never be. Well, that's hard for me to talk about right now, but my dad recognized his deficiencies. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to get too much into that. Right? But the point is that we never heard his side of the story. We never, ever heard his side of the story. All we heard from my mom is that he was selfish. The selfish one was my mother, man. My father was selfish at times, but my mother was not. My mother was projecting everything. Listen, Tom and Chelsea. Chelsea, oh my God, you're so flirty, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if he's going to cheat. Guess what? Guess what happened? Khadijah is spitting. She's spitting facts.
It's been. And so, yeah, it's just like crazy how, like you said, that accountability. Once you start to ask those questions, I think that's the part where a lot of us modern women.
Well, let me help some of the women out. One of the first things you guys need to do is I listen to Stefan talk about this. He talks about writing a letter. Write a letter about all the people that have hurt you, and write it out. Whatever comes to mind, all the expletives, as foul as it is, write it all out. And then
Street Fighter 88 says Projectus Patronus. Remember, swish and flick. Yes, I'm a Harry Potter nerd.
And then come back and revisit it. And then if you need to edit and take out some of the work, most of the times, because I did that before I ever knew about him. But writing that letter out and then looking at it, you get it out of your system, number one. Number two, and then if you need to actually have a conversation, you clean it up in a way to where they can see, they can hear it in a non-judgmental way, not right here.
There you go.
Right.
And believe it or not, more often than not, that facilitates a conversation because your mom, they know.
They don't.
But when confronted with it, in the raw emotion of the term, human beings typically get defensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
So while you're trying to search for the particular right way to say it, there really is no right way to say it other than
just to say it.
This hurt when I needed you and you weren't here.
Yes. And you know what? I'll tell you one last thing too. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm just really excited to get on here with you. Like I finally mustered up the courage because I'm like, oh my gosh. But I also was able to have this conversation, like kind of conversation with my dad. And like you said in one of your other videos, we never hear the men's side of the story.
Right.
And honestly, finally being able to be mature enough, I would say, to have that conversation with my dad, because for a long time I felt scared to ask my dad certain questions.
Right.
But now to be able to have those conversations with him and ask him his side of the story, it does make more sense, and it makes everything else kind of make more sense. And I don't know, it just feels so like I feel like I've taken leaps,
lighter. You feel less stress.
Yes, I really do. And I just feel like, you know, I'm a recovering negative Nancy. And, you know, I'm trying to, I feel like I've been a traditional woman at my core. I was just born in a modern time.
There you go.
And being born in that modern time meant you just got the option to do what you want to do just because it's there, not really because you want to or because there's no real logic to it.
Now you're in a place to where you were able to hold your mother accountable to your father. Forgive him.
Yes.
Forgive them both.
Right.
Forgive yourself.
There you go.
Yes.
Make peace with what's happened and then move on for the rest of your life. That's where real healing starts.
Yes.
To where, you know, you can look at your mother and she ain't going to change. She's still the same person.
That's right.
But you can just say, bless your peanut head and keep it moving. And when she start on that bullshit that she gonna start on, because they all do, we all got bullshit. You just
look at her. Like, look, Kevin's speaking facts. Look at her. She knows exactly what's up.
Bless your peanut head, and you walk on off. You come back, and you ain't, but you're not as burdened because things aren't said. Right. And then, you know, what relationship you'll have with your father going forward. You know, you can't be reparented, but we can move forward in this way. So that's why I let you go, because more women are going to hear what you had to say and realize they're not alone.
Uh-oh.
Right.
There are a lot of women crying right now. I'll tell you that right now. There are a lot of women crying while you're talking right now.
Listen, dude, he's right. He's right. He's right. There are women crying as they watch this because, honestly, more black people have had this experience than black people who have not. It's just the way it is, man.
Because when I'm saying it, you just been an asshole, but you just gave a testimony. You just freed a lot of folks.
I'm glad. And you know what? And people can say what they want to say about your delivery and your tone, but my dad talked to me like this, you know, growing up. So I've always had like the tough skin. But, you know, I would somebody be direct and just tell me and, you know, burn me right up front before
if your heart is in the right place, direct is just direct. So
exactly.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You take care. Have a good evening.
There you go.
Yo, shout out to Khadijah. Shout out to Khadijah M, the realest bitch. She was the realest bitch ever. Like, she was speaking straight facts, right to the core. Right to the core. You want to know how we can tell? Her father wasn't a deadbeat? Want to know how we can tell? It's because of the way she spoke to Kevin. You see, women like her respect their male elders, right? Dude, most of these bitches don't have any respect for Kevin. They just don't. Well, just talking to him any old kind of way. Well, it's not going to be that way for me. Like, bitch, do you know you're talking to a millionaire? Right? Like, you're talking to Kevin. Like, no, they don't give a damn. Dude, there are some black women who just don't have any respect for black men. They just don't. Not Khadijah. You could tell that Khadijah had a strong father in her life to some degree because she respected Kevin when she was on there with him. So shout out to her, man. RPAP on the YouTube or the Sharpe stream side says women are emotional and they'd rather damage their kids as long as it means that their kids share in the hatred of their father. That's a good point. I don't think my mom ever wanted us to hate our father. I think she spun the selfish narrative to cover up her own selfishness because my mother was far more selfish than my father ever was. But that's what she kept calling him. Hemlar says, yeah, unfortunately, due to the females of my family, I have little interest in going to many Thanksgivings with them. I am very unfortunate to have been disassociated with my family to this degree. The only one of my family that I wish to be associated with is my dad. It's a shame, man. It really is. Dude, Devin and her mom have issues. I think this is just how it is, man. Oh, Geeky Anomaly says, dude, those are the exact same years I lived in Hawaii. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Good shit. RPAP on the Sharpe stream side said, sounds like a conspiracy theory to say older women give younger women bad advice because they don't want to compete with the younger generation of the 35-plus hit squad, Henrys, and high-value men. But you have to wonder how much of it is true. It's interesting. Let me check my other. River Bacon says, mine too. Another $5 he said in reference to having a 304 mom. Yes, absolutely. I know what you were talking about. Isaac Landis, member for 2 months, says, hey, Donovan, grateful for the content, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Mr. J, $5, says, truer words. When you jab even with words, people should not be surprised to get hit. Always keep it real, man. Absolutely. Ostrike, another $10, is another weapon for your arsenal. An open-handed slap is a civilized way to initiate a duel with pizza holders. I should have just slapped the shit out of him, just smacked the taste out of his mouth. Yeah, I definitely hit him with a closed fist. Yeah, dude. And it was weird because, listen, for those of you who have never been in a fight, hitting someone in the face hurts your hand, guys. Like, it hurts your hand. When you hit someone in the face, you are hitting them in the skull, okay? The skull, in most places, is a lot denser than your metatarsals, okay? Or your metacarpals, the bones in your hand. They just are. That doesn't mean you can't cause some damage to the soft tissue or the nose or anything like that, but hitting someone in the face, it fucking hurts, man. Dude, I got all kinds of scars. I got this scar, like this O-shaped scar on my right hand. I hit somebody with I hit this dude in the mouth with my right hand. I knocked out his tooth, and the tooth that I knocked out scratched me. Like, I was like, ah, fuck. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Hitting someone in the face hurts. It did not hurt me with that guy. Like, that punch was so true, came right from the ground. It's like my fist went right through his face. My hand was a little sore the day after, so maybe it was just adrenaline. But yes, when you see people, this is why they wear gloves in MMA. They're not doing that to protect, well, they're doing that to protect the face, but more so to protect your fucking hands, dude. Like, we see all these movies where guys are in fights with 16 guys hitting everybody in the face. Dude, you hit somebody in the face. Dude, honestly, man, you could probably hit somebody in the face 5 or 6 times. You'd break your hand on number 7. You just would. The head is the face, the head, it's hard. It's just fucking hard. You don't get like endless lives and hands just be hitting people in the face. Nah, man. That shit hurts. That shit fucking hurt. Oh my God, that shit hurts. Zayuna Heimdall, $10, says, even though I'm a dude, my mother was the same. Always blaming our father and even trying to inject our step as our true father. Oh, wow. Her actions led to my brother leaving the family forever. Damn, dude. Damn, that fucking sucks. That sucks. Shout out to Rollo Tomasi. He said these glasses are a crime. No, they're not. You're a hater. Stay tuned for a hit piece on Rollo Tomasi by yours truly. Rollo Tomasi's a fraud. He hates sunglasses, so he's a fraud. Amar Kermani, $5, says Sister Khadijah was scared to say or ask her dad to explain. That's how it should be. Khadijah, name suggests her father might be a Muslim, brother. Maybe. Stephen White, welcome to... Stephen White, welcome to Chat Privileges. At Stephen White to welcome him to the TSR family. Stephen, if you would, age and location in the chat. Ice Dragon Kid says... Very good. Very good. So what's going to happen from here is I'm going to do the last of the Temptation Island breakdown. The last Temptation Island breakdown is today. We're halfway through the reunion episode, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to end. If you want to watch that episode, if you want to watch it live, download the Sharpe Stream app. Go to sharpestream.com. Go to sharpestream.com. Oh, wow. Okay. So it looks like the other 2 cats have accepted Walter. All right, cool. Good. Wow, I did not see that. All right, cool. So it looks like Walter has been accepted into the pack. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much, actually. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Stay tuned for the Temptation Island breakdown, the very last one. Go to sharpestream.com to download the app now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Link in description. right. So we are about to Comcast and relax. You've heard of Netflix and chill. We had Hulu and hang. And now we are about to... Oh, by the way, I have turned back into mild-mannered Alex Hopkins. When there's trouble brewing... Oh, here we go. Here, just give me the cat. Give me the cat. Give me. All right, buddy boy. There we go. Okay, get out. So this is Walter. Guys, this is Walter. This is my brand new Devon Rex kitty. As you can see, he is very, very cute. Whoa. What I love about Devon Rexes is that they're very, very people oriented. They love nothing more than to sit in your lap. So what he'll do, every once in a while, he'll jump down and play around, but he is all about, Devon Rexes are all about their people. So let me open up camera 5 here. All right, little buddy. There you go. All right. There we go. So I had to turn on camera 5 there. So, so Walter hangs out with me in the studio. He's a little shy, but yeah, there he is. He's a Devon Rex cat. They love the warmth. They love the warmth. That's why they like to stay close to their human. And so, Walter is very, very calm. Devon's Devon Rex is not calm at all. So, but Walter, he's a cool cat. He watched the game with me yesterday. Go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. So what's going to happen now is, let me put Walter down here. Here you go, buddy boy. So Walter's going to be hanging out with us. He's going to be hanging out, and he's going to be hanging out. So let's go to Temptation Island. Temptation. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait, that's the wrong. Hang on a second. There we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to transition to Temptation Island. Give me a second. I don't know why all of my my screen captures are all ass backwards. It's crazy. And now it looks like there are subtitles automatically on my channel. That's weird. Wow. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. So I apologize for this being all over the place, guys. So if you want to watch the rest of this Temptation Island, go to sharpestream.com. Go to sharpestream.com, and you will be able to watch it from there. The reunion, perfect. Because we have to see what happened between Tom and Chelsea. This would be interesting.
Fire of you sleeping with Alexis, right?
Oh, fucking Jesse. This dumbass. I don't even know why he's even there. Perfect. Let me make sure I have everything all up. And I know this is all supposed to be ready and all that stuff, guys. You guys just have to work with me today. There we go. Cool. Awesome. Very good. Full screen. Where's the display capture? Where the hell is my display capture? Oh, no. Hang on a second. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I know. I'm still on YouTube, Dev. Okay, there we go. Got it. There we go. Perfect.
You win. Perfect.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye to my YouTube audience. I'm going to say goodbye to my YouTube audience. Oh, good God. Get that off of here. There we go. There we go.